Most hosts never start corporate housing because they believe the wrong things. Not because it doesn't work, not because the demand isn't there, but because of a few myths that keeps them frozen. So today I want to break down the 5 biggest corporate housing myths that keep most hosts stuck. And the truth that actually moves the needle. Because once these myths disappear, everything gets a lot simpler. I'm Jorge Garcia and I run a corporate housing business. And I'll be honest, I believe some of these myths too. They slow me down, they delay income, and they made this business feel way harder than it actually is. So let's start with the first one. A lot of people believe that you need a lot of properties before corporate housing makes sense. That is not true. Corporate housing is not about scale first. It's about credibility. You can start with one good unit, one well-furnished space, one property that's clean, professional, and ready for long stays. There are operators making $5,000 to $10,000 a month from a single property, serving one insurance family. You don't need 10 units. You need one unit done the right way. Once the model works one time, scaling becomes easier. But scale is not the entry ticket. The second myth is that only luxury units work for corporate housing. Corporate housing does not mean luxury. It means comfortable, reliable, turnkey. A mid-price home with strong operations will outperform a luxury property with sloppy execution every single time. Corporate guests aren't paying for fancy finishes. They're paying for peace of mind, consistency, and a place that just works. Comfort beats fancy every time. The third myth is that you need a website, branding, and a polished online presence before anyone takes you seriously. You don't. Insurance companies and relocation firms don't care about your logo. They care about your availability, location, cleanliness, and how easy you are to work with. A simple one-page overview and clear professional communication will outperform a beautiful website with slow replies. Professional beats pretty. The fourth myth is one of the biggest mental blocks, that corporate clients won't pay higher rates. They will. They expect to, because your rates include furniture, utilities, Wi-Fi, flexibility, and service. You're not competing with long-term rent. You're replacing hotels, extended stay suites, and disruption. And with insurance housing specifically, many policies already allow $8,000 to $18,000 per month for temporary living expenses. You're not overcharging, you're pricing for value. And the fifth myth, the one that stops more people than anything else, is that corporate housing is too complicated. It's not complicated, it's unfamiliar. Once you understand how to furnish correctly, how to quote confidently, and how to onboard professionally, this becomes one of the most predictable real estate businesses you can run. These myths don't just confuse hosts, they paralyze them. And now you know the truth. You don't need more units. You don't need luxury. You don't need a brand. You don't need to underprice, and you don't need to overthink. You just need to start with clarity. If you want the next video to break down the single most important first step to start corporate housing, comment start. And if this helped you clear the fog, hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.